Last year, I experimented a new business idea and I had results faster than I could ever imagine. But it was time to scale and make more money over it. But there was a problem, and this problem made me lose $10,000 a month. And this problem is self-belief. Let me explain you so you can understand how self-belief made me lose $10,000 a month last year and how you can avoid and fix this if you have. So first of all, I'm Kyle Rist. I've been building my brand on X for over a year now, and I've already monetized my brand. I monetized it early, and the business I'm talking about is building your personal brand. So last year, I started on X as a video editor, and suddenly I decided to explore the writing niche because I started to notice that I like writing more than I like editing. So I started to write more, connect with people, and understand more about this niche. And then finally, I came with a conclusion that it was better to change my niche. So I decided to change my niche and explore more of the writing niche. It was like my main niche right now. And suddenly, I started monetizing after 30 days. And then I became so happy. But then, when it was time to scale, I started to feel doubts about myself. Like, can I really do it? Like, will people really listen to me? Because I had a bad English in terms of speaking, and I didn't know if people will truly believe in me or do something like that. So I started to get stuck. And I had a mentor at the time who was guiding me. And he wondered, like, Rest, you do already have results. What is stopping you? You helped a client go from 0 to 300 followers in 30 days. You helped him monetize, make his first box. You had done 10 calls with people. You have helped them. You have helped them achieve some sort of results. You have built your own tribe of people who get results on X. What is stopping you? What is making you think that you don't have results? And along the time, I started to tell a lot of things like, well, I don't know, I think it's my English. Well, I don't know, I think I need to have more results. Well, I don't know, I think I need to have blah, 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 blah. But all it led was to me lose $10,000 a month. Why I say $10,000 a month? Because back then, X was a blue ocean. There weren't many people that are today. Like, nobody knew how to make money on X. Even me, I just stumbled across X because I was just trying to make a quick money from video editing. But today X is getting competitive and we have a lot of coaches, and I could get one of these people, not one but I don't know, 50 to 20 people into my program. But I couldn't get because I was so afraid because of my self-belief. And I ended up quitting X for 6 months and more. I stopped making high quality content and I stopped doing all that. And I regretted it because months later, when I came back to X again, I saw that so many people are getting into X today. And one of these people, like I said earlier, could be my clients. I mean, a lot of them. And this made me think how self belief made me lose money. And like, I think it's the first thing that you need to solve if you want to scale your business, if you want to make money online, because you maybe think that, oh, you don't have a lot of results. You may be thinking of changing your business to the business that other guru is telling you because you think your business cannot make you enough money and yada yada yada. I realized that all of this comes down to self-belief. That was the reason that I changed it from business to business. That was the reason I did so many mistakes and quit so many business. And that was the reason that made me lose a lot of money. And I believe it's the same reason that will make you lose a lot of money. So if you are in a situation like this, that you have a product and you can sell, you are in a business model that you know that can make money, but you still can't believe that business will make money, or you still can't believe that you don't have what is enough to make money, this video is for you. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm not gonna use some visualization technique or exercise to tell you to do. This video isn't about this. This video is about getting actually things that will make you get this self-belief so you can sell whatever you want and you can scale whatever business you want. So once I started to realize that I have a self-belief problem, I started to work on things. I started to explore things. I started to zoom out from the business world and zoom out more in my personal life. And I realized that most of my belief problem was related to my personal life that was affecting my business. And the first thing that I would recommend to you would be get more experience. The reason I failed with self-belief, it was I didn't had enough, how can I say, successful experience with things. And how can I use another words? Like I had successful experiences because I've already made $5,000 and more with drop shipping. I had made money in ways that I couldn't even imagine, but my mind was always focusing on the negative parts of myself, on how I don't have this thing that this guy have. Like I cannot do this because I don't have the same skills, for example, as Iman Ganzi have. This is an example, not that I do it constantly. So I used to think always in terms of this. In X Growth, I was thinking that I don't have the same skills or I don't have the same angle that my mentor have. So it won't be possible for me to monetize. I was always comparing myself, making me feel inferior to people. So the way I solved this was getting myself into more experiences, and instead of focusing on the positive thoughts, I started to focus on positive emotions and like positive experiences. It's not about thinking positive, but it's about doing things, getting more things done that will make me believe more in myself. So let me give you an example. I started to improve my relationship with my girlfriend. I started to go more to the gym. I started to improve my relationships with people, making more friends that I like and trust. And when I did this, I started to remind myself constantly on things I had accomplished in the past that made me happy. Like that time when I was with my friends hanging out at the pool, like random moments that made me feel successful. I'm not saying that successful in some massive way, that I mean successful in a way that I accomplished my goals. I started to remember all these things daily to remember myself that yeah, I've made 5,000 and more dollars with drop shipping. Like yeah, I've dated with multiple girls. Like yeah, I mean, I'm not telling you to think positive, like lie to yourself, affirmation and stuff. I'm just telling you to do more things done and start remember daily of past things, past successes that you had. This is what I'm doing more right now. I just constantly reminding myself of the things I've done in the past that today are making sense, that I just had a mind who was constantly focusing on the wrong things. My mind was just used to see the past failures that I did. And today my mind remembers more about the successful things that I did, and I can be more relaxed during my day to day. So this is the first thing you need to be doing. Experience more, remember more about the past successes that you had, and get more exposure, do more of it. This is the first step. The second step that I want to give to you is massive action. Like in the first step, I already said that you need to experience, you need to go in there and find your path success, you need to do all of the things, but the really thing that you should be focused on more is massive action. Because when you get into a business, you get into something, you need to focus more on the action side of it. Most of us focus on the learning part. We want to learn, watch the course, watch tutorials, watch that. We are so afraid of failing because we think failure will be the end of us. So if you are especially in a business like mine, you need to be willing to fail. You need to be willing to take massive actions. And in dropshipping, for example, you need to have money to test your products daily and take that massive action. You need to take massive action. If you are in a business that doesn't allow you to take massive action, then you should change. But for example, I will give you an example on X Twitter. So I started to focus my actions into posting more, DM more people, help more people, do more. Like I started to do more of what made me not believe in myself. So right now, when I just start to doubt myself, I remember that, bro, I've been DMing a lot of people. Like my posts are getting cool impressions. I'm getting feedbacks on my systems. I'm getting social proof that my system works. I'm getting that and that and that. Like why wouldn't it work? Because I'm actually doing the work. I'm not out there watching courses expecting to gain knowledge. Like I'm really focusing on doing the work. So if you're constantly doing the work, like putting massive action and do what you are afraid to do, like for example, I'm constantly doing what I'm afraid to do. I'm DMing people constantly, I am pitching people constantly, like getting them into sales call. Even though I don't believe in, even though I'm not very comfortable with myself, I'm just getting to the habit of talking with them. And in these moments, I analyze myself, like what am I feeling inside of me? What is that feeling? Is that feeling true? I started questioning myself in order to understand more if this is a problem of self-belief, it's a problem of self-esteem, it's a problem of that. I try to get more into these thoughts. So take massive action. With massive action comes massive feedbacks. With massive feedbacks, you can use these feedbacks to improve your life. And the third thing is do what works for you. If you're experiencing things and if you're taking massive action, you may occasionally watch courses, watch some tutorials because it's part of the journey, it's part of this game. But then you may hear another person telling you that, oh, you shouldn't do this, but you should do this because that's how it works for you. But then what you are doing right now, it's working. And you may have tried his process of doing things, but then you see that it didn't work for you. So you start to feel like a failure. This happened with me a lot. Like I had a thing that worked best for me, and I heard another guru telling me that that thing works better. And when I tried that thing, I realized that it didn't work for me, and I started to feel bad. But in reality, is that doesn't work for me, and what I'm doing right now works for me, and this process should be the same to you. You shouldn't be doing things just because another guru told you to do. If that thing doesn't work for you, you shouldn't do it. You should focus on doing what works for you, because this is what this game is about. This game is not about listening to some big guru telling you what to do. This game is about doing what you want to do, doing what works for you. And this is what I realized, that most of the things that made me stuck and made me not believe myself was not paying attention that the things that I'm doing are working for me. Like these things is it's my process, it's my journey, it's the way I'm learning things, because each creator has gone through their own journeys and each creator has their own way of doing things, and it works for them because it is from their process. But you have your own process and your clients will have their own process too. Like there isn't a step-by-step way that people can succeed, but there are frameworks that people can follow. You need to have in mind and realize that, well, this thing doesn't work for me because I already have what works for me. So you shouldn't be go out there and listen to guru just because they are experts. If it works for you, stick with it, post more about it, and repeat. Simple about that. Repeat already what works for you. And these were the three things that I did to solve this feeling of self-belief that I was not good enough to sell my things, to showcase my products. I'm waiting for your feedback in the comments. I really want to see if you are trying these tips and if they are working for you. How are you doing with them? If you're going to try these tips, please leave a comment on how your journey is going. You can become here daily, and I really want to know how you are going on, how you are doing by fixing these things. And if you want to see close my journey, go to X Twitter, see my newsletter, and I'm dropping more value here and I'm dropping more stories there. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video.